Evening, ladies. I want to take a few minutes before it's time for the radio show to talk to you about a connection and how that I see God ever moving in different positions and ways, connecting people together for their purpose. And not going into the long story of this, but I was connected to this wonderful, sweet lady, Karen Butcher, who's actually going to be doing our December the 17th Ornament Exchange devotion with us. But when we started talking, she said, "You need to be a part of PALS." And I said, "What is PALS?" And so PALS is a support group for parents of addicted loved ones. And I was already intrigued. As most of you know my story, for 10 years, my son has struggled and gone through addiction. And I want to praise God tonight that he has given his heart to the Lord and his life has been turned around. But 10 long years of praying and going through things, as I started to go through my training and become a facilitator and get my information and my packet together so that we can have these support groups, I was in awe of a lot of things that was the educational component to this. It is a faith-based group, but it offers support. And oh, how I wish I had had support to go through everything that I had gone through when I was going through those things of educational value, things to help me as a parent understand who I was and what I was going through, my husband, all these things that you endure when you're going through the process of having a spouse or a child that is in addiction. And so I want to just take a moment to say that, I've been blessed with the tourism, and the city of Paintsville has graciously allowed us to have this support group in the 404 on Main Street in Paintsville. And it is I just we've had 2 nights in it. It's every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock, and it's from 6 to 7:30. Last week we talked about something that I found really valuable, and the ladies also there that was there talked about this. It talks about delayed emotional growth, and something I had never really learned about, but it's so true because it says suffering from addiction and delayed emotional growth at the same time can lead a person to feel hopeless. And what happens is they appear to live according to their emotional age, not their actual age. A common cause of delayed emotional growth is abuse of alcohol or drugs during a person's developmental years. And what it talks about is that usually when someone begins to use drugs or alcohol, they stop growing emotionally at that time. And therefore, as parents, we are still treating them like that age. There is that delayed emotional growth. So, this coming week, we're going to talk about 3 promises to a loved one suffering from addiction. And what I have found through looking at this and reading the book, there are 2 wonderful books. There is Mike Speakman's book, which is The 4 Seasons of Addiction. There is another book called Smokes and Mirrors, and it's actually written by a former person in addiction. And it really shed a lot of light into things that I did not understand. So I hope that you will take an opportunity to, if you know someone, or if you are the parent or the spouse of someone that's going through addiction, this is when I was able to look on the map, we are the closest support group available in the local area, all the way to Lexington. So it is very important. We would love to get more facilitators in more counties around the region, because I feel like now, having gone through all of those things that I've experienced and learned, God has given me an opportunity and an outlet to share with other people, to support them in the things that they're going through. There is not an answer. There is not. God is the only answer in my opinion. But just dealing with these things, it's so helpful to get together with people who are going through and struggling with the same things that you are struggling with. So I hope that you take the opportunity to share this information with others that you know. You can share this video, or on our Facebook page, there are specific flyers on there that you can show. It's every Tuesday night. You do not have to come every single night. You're not going to miss anything. Each lesson is a standalone lesson that you're going to gain insight through. In lesson 3, we're going to talk about helping unhealthy versus healthy. These are all things in the chapter 4 is the enabling checklist. It gives you a checklist to ask you, have you ever done these things before? So again, while it's faith-based, it's very much a support group that has educational impact to help you understand what your loved one is dealing with and how it can help you become separate in that fact, to be strong and just not feel hopeless. But PALS is all about having hope. So I hope that you will just take a moment to try to find an opportunity to share with others, so that you can allow them to remember. It is every Tuesday night at the 404 on Main Street in Paintsville. And so please just take the opportunity to share. If you have any questions, please